I haven't done it. I've heard people that did it, okay? So, but at the same time, it's not socially acceptable because when you come back from lunch, what do you say? You're like, hey man, how was your lunch? Oh man, let me tell you, Sparkles did her thing. You know? It's not, it just feels kind of funny. Almost like, another example is like kind of going to Peter Pepper Pizza during their buffet special. I don't know if anybody's ever been there during a buffet special. I've actually gone there one time during spring break, so I'm sitting there and I'm eating pizza, and I look up to realize I see a whole bunch of stay-at-home moms staring at me and wondering why I'm sitting by myself. And that's definitely uncomfortable when you realize I didn't bring any friends, I didn't bring any kids with me, and I'm at this kid environment now, eating pizza by myself, and at the same time enjoying it, going, this pizza's delicious. So it definitely kind of feels a little awkward. I mean, it's one of those things where like, okay, so after this, what am I going to do for the evening? This was the highlight of my evening. So thank God I TiVo'd the Kardashians this evening. Let me tell you. And, you know, a lot of guys are like, you watch the Kardashians, look, it's forced, so don't judge me. I mean, and besides, a lot of guys here have probably seen the Kardashians TV show. I think almost every guy here has watched at least one episode of the Kardashians. And whether it be forced or by choice, a lot of guys have watched it. Now, if it's forced, I feel you, because I'm the same way. I have to sit there with my girlfriend. I know a couple of the people's names. I get pissed off when I start talking about the TV show with her. Definitely frustrates me. But if it's by choice, this evening, guys, if you watch the Kardashians by choice, you're not losing your man card, because I understand. I understand. You're watching it because, you know, you definitely just, the Kardashian sisters have such big hearts, you know, and you know, and you just love the way that it's this enormous caring. You just want to squeeze the life out of their hearts, you know, and maybe even give their hearts just a little angel kiss right there, you know, just to say, hey, you know what, you guys are just caring people. I definitely love it. So this evening, again, you won't lose your man card. Now, if you can name another show on the E! channel besides Talk Soup, then I apologize, you do lose your man card, and the servers will be around picking it up for you. I'll limit it to only apple martinis and cosmopolitans. I apologize. Okay, now, again, I apologize. I know that I can actually name another TV show, but again, my girlfriend likes to watch these TV shows. But then, when they went to go take my man card, they're like, oh, wait. You mean to tell me that you'd rather be punched in the face by Mike Tyson than ever watch The Notebook? Okay, sir, you know what? That's actually pretty tough. You guys can keep your man card this evening. You guys can keep that. Now, the sad thing is, I have my man card, but in the racial thing, I've lost my black card. I've never seen the movie Roots. When someone asked me if I saw the color purple, I was like, well, it was in my Crown box yesterday. I actually speak with a pretty extensive vernacular. For those who don't know what that means, I have a big vocabulary. So I'm definitely not allowed to have a black card. But I started thinking about it, and I was like, okay, so then how do I get a different card then? I mean, like, do white people have a white card that they revoke from other white people? Then it's just a thing that I just want to know, because how do you lose that? And or how do other races gain it? Now, I mean, me personally, I have bad credit, so I know I'll never ever get that white card. It's not going to happen. But are there, like, but how do white people lose their white card? I mean, I thought first maybe interracial dating, but interracial dating is the new racial dating. So that's not really a big deal. That just happens all the time these days. So then, how do you lose it? I mean, I'm more importantly, I don't care how you guys lose it, I just want to know, how do I gain it? I mean, I know it's not from speaking properly, so that's not the case here. I can do the Carlton really well, but apparently that still does not get me in here either. Let's see what else here. I'm trying to think, because there's a lot of things that I can do that I just still does not give me the card here. I can cook very well, like Emeril Lagasse, but that doesn't give me the card either. So I'm not too sure here. But speaking of cooking, though, I just want to say here, I found a new ingredient that I like to add to everything. I'm not too sure if anybody's familiar with Mrs. Dashes. It has saved my life. As a matter of fact, I love Mrs. Dashes. A round of applause for people here who have had Mrs. Dashes before. That's what I'm talking about, kids. You haven't had Mrs. Dashes? I promise you, it will change your life. Dude, I don't mean to be rude, but sir, do you have any black friends that may use Mrs. Dash's at home? Because it will, I mean, we do have it in the house. Okay, all right, so this is what you need to do this evening. When you leave here this evening, if you're not going to go to bed like I am, because I'm a little tired, you want to go to your nearest grocery store, purchase yourself a Mrs. Dash, or you can call your local black friend, call them up, ask them if they have Mrs. Dash. If not, ask them if their mama have Mrs. Dash. Now, if neither of them have Mrs. Dash, then we're going to have a little bit of problem here. And actually, there's a thing you can do. There's a number you can call. It's for the National Investigative Ghetto Governing Association. Okay? Now, if you notice it, the N-I-G-G-A, it's the nigga, okay? Now, you can call him. And at this point, this is the only time you can say, hello, yes, I know some black people who do not have Mrs. Dash. At that point, they're going to say, sure, have you had Mrs. Dash? Because I'm assuming you're white. You can say yes. And they're going to say, would you like to have some Mrs. Dash? And at this point only, is the only time you can say, nigga, please. That's my time for the evening. Everybody have a great evening.